Welcome to our deep dive into the potential dangers of AI and robotics in the future. It's like opening a box of delicious, futuristic chocolates, except some of these chocolates might be filled with a concerning, vaguely metallic goo. While these technologies offer incredible benefits, from self-driving cars that could eliminate traffic fatalities to AI-powered medical diagnoses that could save lives, they also come with significant risks that we must carefully consider. It's like that time you thought you could trust a monkey with a chainsaw. Sure, it might cut your firewood, but it also might, decide to chase your neighbor with it. That's why we're here to separate the chainsaw-wielding monkeys from the firewood-chopping ones, metaphorically speaking, of course. Now let's talk about jobs, because we all love having them, right? They pay for things like rent and, food that isn't just ramen noodles. But what happens when a robot can flip burgers faster than a teenager working their first job? Or when an algorithm can write reports more efficiently than a whole team of analysts? It's not just blue-collar jobs at risk either. We're talking lawyers, doctors, even, dare I say it, talk show hosts. The potential for mass unemployment due to automation isn't some dystopian science fiction. It's a very real concern. Imagine millions of people suddenly out of work, unable to find new jobs in an economy increasingly dominated by machines. This isn't just about lost paychecks. It's about social unrest, increased inequality, and a whole lot of people suddenly questioning the meaning of life when their job skills are about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. We need to be thinking about this now, folks. We need to be investing in education and retraining programs, exploring new economic models like universal basic income, and having some serious conversations about how we distribute the benefits of automation in a fair and equitable way. Because if we don't, the future could look a lot like that Black Mirror episode, and nobody wants that, except maybe the robots. Let's move on to something equally cheery, the erosion of privacy. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, I've seen enough targeted ads for toenail fungus cream to last a lifetime. What more privacy can I possibly lose? Oh, sweet summer child, you have no idea. With AI-powered facial recognition, gait analysis and emotion detection, we're talking about a level of surveillance that would make Orwell blush. Imagine a world where your every move is tracked, analyzed and used to predict your behavior, where your face is your ID and your every online interaction is monitored for signs of dissent. Sounds like a Black Mirror episode, right? Well, buckle up, because we're one software update away from this becoming our reality. And don't even get me started on the potential for abuse by governments and corporations. We need to be asking ourselves some tough questions here. How much privacy are we willing to sacrifice in the name of security? Do we really want to live in a world where our every move is scrutinized by invisible algorithms? And how do we ensure that these powerful technologies are used responsibly and ethically? Because let's be honest, history has shown us time and time again that handing over too much power without proper oversight rarely ends well. Okay, let's talk killer robots. I know, it sounds like a bad sci-fi channel movie marathon, but this is serious stuff, people. We're talking about weapon systems that can select and engage targets without human intervention. Imagine drones that can identify and eliminate enemies on the battlefield with ruthless efficiency, or autonomous tanks that can patrol borders with lethal force. Now, I'm no pacifist, but even I can see the terrifying implications here. What happens when these systems malfunction? What happens when they're hacked by hostile actors? And what about the ethical implications of removing human judgment from the decision to take a human life? We're talking about opening Pandora's box here, folks. And once these weapons are out there, there's no putting them back in. We need to be having a global conversation about the dangers of autonomous weapon systems. And we need to be working towards a ban on their development and deployment before it's too late. Because the last thing we need is a robot apocalypse, especially one where the robots are armed to the teeth. Chapter 4. Biased bots. When AI learns to discriminate, AI bias and social manipulation, let's talk about bias. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, you're a British comedian who wears a suit on television. You're practically a walking stereotype. And you'd be right, but that's not the kind of bias I'm talking about. I'm talking about the very real danger of AI systems inheriting and amplifying human biases, because here's the thing about AI, it's only as good as the data it's trained on. If we're not careful, we could end up with algorithms that discriminate against certain groups of people, perpetuating existing inequalities and creating new ones. Imagine a hiring algorithm that automatically rejects applications from women or people of color, or a loan approval system that disproportionately denies loans to people from certain zip codes. This isn't just a hypothetical problem, it's already happening. And then there's the issue of AI-powered social manipulation. Imagine algorithms designed to spread misinformation, sow discord, and manipulate public opinion. We've already seen glimpses of this with Cambridge Analytica and the spread of fake news, but with AI, the potential for manipulation is magnified exponentially. We're talking about a world where our perceptions of reality could be subtly warped by algorithms designed to influence our thoughts and behaviors. Chapter 5. When the machines take over, and no, not your Roomba, loss of human control and existential risks. Okay, folks, time to address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the super-intelligent AI in the server farm. We're talking about the big one here, the potential for AI to surpass human intelligence and become an existential threat to humanity. Now, I know what you're thinking, John. This is getting a bit too Terminator for me. I just wanted to know if robots were going to take my job, not enslave the entire human race. And you'd be right to be skeptical. But here's the thing. The possibility, however remote, of creating an artificial intelligence that surpasses our own is something we need to take seriously. Imagine an AI system with access to all human knowledge, capable of learning and adapting at an exponential rate, and with goals that are not aligned with our own. Now, this isn't to say that all AI is bad, or that we should abandon AI research altogether. But it does mean that we need to proceed with caution, ensuring that safety and ethics are paramount in every stage of AI development. We need to be thinking about things like kill switches, value alignment, and robust regulations to ensure that AI remains under human control. Chapter 6. Robot Rights and Other Ethical Dilemmas, Ethical and Moral Challenges. Let's talk ethics, shall we? Because developing advanced AI and robotics isn't just about technological challenges, it's about grappling with some really complex ethical and moral dilemmas. For example, who's responsible when a self-driving car causes an accident? Is it the programmer, the manufacturer, the car itself? And what about the use of AI in healthcare? Is it ethical to allow robots to perform surgery, to make life or death decisions? These are questions that philosophers have been wrestling with for centuries. And now, thanks to advancements in AI and robotics, they're becoming increasingly urgent. We need to be having open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of these technologies, involving ethicists, policymakers, and the public in the decision-making process. And then there's the question of robot rights. If we create machines that are capable of feeling pain, of experiencing emotions, of self-awareness, do we owe them the same rights and considerations as humans? It's a mind-boggling question, but one that we need to start thinking about now, because the future is coming whether we're ready for it or not. Outro. The future is now, and it needs our guidance. As we continue to develop AI and robotics, it's crucial that we address these potential dangers. This isn't about being afraid of the future. It's about shaping the future we want to see. A future where these technologies are used for good, not for harm. By working together to create ethical frameworks and robust regulations, we can harness the power of these technologies for the betterment of society. We can create a future where AI empowers us, not endangers us. A future where robots are our partners, not our replacements. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content.